What's up, guys? We are live. Let's see if the guys are ready. Okay, I think we're set, guys. Welcome to FSL. It's day 13 of FSL. Let's get your cameras on, casters and players. We have a good one tonight. We will start with, of course,
FSL Season 2 Code A.
Alright, where's your cameras, everybody? Okay, I guess hang tight, guys. We're dealing with a little bit of a camera issue, so in the meantime, let me play the DB's assessment on this game. It's DB versus Miguel. So let me play that really quick.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to another exciting day of our friends, family, fun StarCraft League. I'm your host, DB, and let's get right to our first Code A Group A matchup on this 13th night. We have a 15-game season, and this will be the 13th game, so we are down to the wire, and the playoffs are just around the corner, and sitting almost tied for third, fourth, fifth, sixth position here in Code A Group A are DB, Miguel, Typhoon Fusion, TLM, and Ronin, all still in contention for the playoffs. So interesting. No one is actually officially out yet. Really exciting group. Tonight we're featuring myself versus Miguel. Both of us obviously want to get the win to sit in a better position to make the playoffs. So this is actually very important. I still have another game after this, and I think if I'm checking here, this would be Miguel's last game. So this is actually a crucial win for her. Let's look at our players tonight. So DB, let's talk about DB. He is a Protoss player. I do like to play Protoss, and I don't have a favorite StarCraft 2 player. I've been watching Zhao on the GSL League, and he's just really blowing me away with how good he is. So I'm a rookie this year, and as far as strategies go, it really just depends on what I'm doing and how I feel. I'm trying all different kinds of strategies, getting used to this game. So Miguel on the other side, she will be playing Protoss as well, so this will be a PvP unless someone wants to throw a surprise. She's only 10 years old. She likes mass gateways, and she was tied for 9th place last season and doing so much better this season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how she finishes off here and whatever happens next. It'll be fun to watch. So anyway, without further ado, Miguel versus DB. Have fun and enjoy.
Alright, guys, we're about to start now. The casters. It's gonna be Neutrophil and Regret Casting. I'm your host and production. We're ready for the game to start, so let's get on with the game.
FSL Season 2 Code A.
Hello, test. Alright, sorry about that. We had some technical issues, but we will do the intro now. Spawning on the top left corner, or the bottom right corner of Death Aura, we have the green Protoss who goes by the name of...
Miguel.
And in the top left, their opponent, the yellow Protoss.
DB.
Alright. Looks like we're gonna have an exciting Protoss versus Protoss on our hands. We have Miguel, who recently has been appealing to a more Sky Toss kind of style in her play, and DB, who's an all-around solid Protoss in Code A. We're seeing DB go for a standard gateway into Cybernetics Core with 2 gases, but Miguel, probably because she saw her mistakes in her earlier games, puts 2 pylons on her ramp, albeit very early.
Interesting proxy from DB here. Love to see what he plans.
I think this could be a perfect position for a Stargate. I just feel like the only problem is with the Stargate is that if Miguel decides to make cannons like she is doing now, it'll be rather difficult to push up into this defense. So it looks like it is going to be a Stargate with a shield battery from DB.
Already,
And it also appears that he's completely walled off his ramp at home.
right, he's gonna go all in on this, and it appears that Miguel is already getting batteries and cannons just out of defensive habit, I guess.
I mean, that defensive habit does cost her, but I feel like in this case, it's actually very, very beneficial for her. Now, in the neutrophil, there are 2 Stargates being made here. What do you think? What kind of units are going to come out of these?
Definitely Void Rays. There's no reason to build it this close if there aren't any Void Rays coming out of that. And there you go.
They are. They're the Void Rays. Okay. Well, Miguel has 2 gateways, 2 cannons, shield battery, and 1 fully saturated base.
Miguel has vision of the Stargate, so hopefully she'll be able to respond to this. To Stalkers and Q.
But there is, of course, there is a high chance that she will not notice it. But I think she does. Maybe she just puts the cannon there just because she likes to be safe. Maybe she does see the Stargate, but you know, you can never really tell. Warp Gate is on the way. A couple of Stalkers are going to come out, which will help delay this Void Ray for a little bit. But once you have the critical mass of Void Rays, these Stalkers will kind of die quick. So the Void Ray navigating its way around to the back of the mineral field, trying to pick off a couple of probes before inevitably being chased away by its Stalker. And the Photon Cannon finishes up, which makes it exponentially harder for these Void Rays to push in.
Right, he gave away that he had these Void Rays right away, and Miguel has a lot more time to respond. Go ahead.
He did kind of do that. These 2 Void Rays, one of them getting hull damage, Miguel clearly realizing this and stating it in chat. Rather surprised and intimidated, actually, it seems. The Twilight is going to be sniped. Miguel is going to do damage with 1 Stalker, supported by a shield battery. But currently it has not much in production, except for Warp Gate, which I think she's waiting for.
Ah, 2 hit points on that Void right there. And a
And the third one is out. The gateways are gonna finish up, but I don't know if they'll finish up in time to stop the rest of her buildings from dying.
Additional
Maybe
units. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe if she does snipe that one Void Ray, she might have a chance. But of course, there are also ground units coming in from DB. This looks like an extremely solid build from the Protoss in yellow. 4 Void Rays out now. Stargates are not producing anything, but I feel like there is no need to. Miguel pulling her probes, but it's going to be futile if there's this many gateway units on the ground.
This is just a game already.
That does feel like it. The probes, some of them get out, but I'm not sure how much damage they're going to be able to do in the main, since it is blocked off. She's going to take a look-see at the proxy, double Stargate, double battery, 3 pylons, which feels kind of too safe. The Void Rays start targeting down the Nexus, but actually one of them was lost to a cannon. And a reluctant to use these Void Ray plays, I think, are kind of common for Protoss build orders now. But this kind of flavor, this is a DV flavor of a build order, right? We have 2 Stargates, 2 shield batteries, and it's just a one base kind of thing where you kind of follow it up with gateway units. Ever seen this kind of style of Void Ray rush before, Neutrophil?
I don't think we've seen it in FSL yet. Might be wrong.
Well, there was one game I remember that TheArchaic actually did a Void Ray proxy against AXD and found it very successful, but I don't think it was just as all-in as this one was.
Right.
Anyways, we're going to game number 2 on Pillars of Gold. Pillars of Gold is, well, for those who don't know, it's kind of a unique map in that, number 1, the rush distance is relatively short, but there are a lot of good chokes, and the most important is that your natural actually has a ramp on it, so it's going to be harder to push up there if you decide to wall there. Nevertheless, it's going to be an interesting map. Let's see what either Miguel or DB will be able to pull out on this one.
Alright.
And game's just about ready to start. Both our players are in the lobby. If I had to call it right here and right now, I'd say Miguel, or actually I'd say DB is going to go for another kind of aggressive build. It's just a hunch, but you never know, actually. Protoss versus Protoss is pretty exciting to watch. You never know what's going to happen.
Probably doesn't want to play the macro game so he doesn't get sky tossed like he did against like Little Reaper.
That is true. Miguel does seem to have a strength in sky toss, and in defense in usual. In defense per usual. We have the game starting up here,
FSL
and the colors seem to be the same, so we'll see if it's the same side, same kind of game.
Alright, in the bottom left corner, the yellow Protoss up 1 game.
DB.
And on the other side of the map, the green Protoss, who goes by the name of
Miguel.
Alright, let's see how Miguel plays this.
DB going for traditional gateway first, as well as Miguel, although hers was just a tiny bit later. Gases are being taken, and a probe is heading out for DB, but he doesn't look like he's getting any gas super early. Miguel chronoing probes, which will inevitably give her a small income advantage. DB is now taking the gas, which is kind of late, I think, but I don't really know the Protoss timings for build orders and such.
Probably won't be doing any Stargate play.
That's true. There also is 2 gateways for DB, so it lessens the chances of Stargate play by that much. Miguel's gateway finishes. Hopefully she'll start up a cybernetics core to get her technology tree going. 1 gas for each player. Cybernetic score does go down. And looks like a pretty standard game so far, actually. DB diligently scouting for any cheese on his side of the map, while also running past all of Miguela's probes just to see if she's hiding anything. 2 zealots are both in production for each player, or 1 zealot per player technically. Gateway is being chronoed by DB. Yeah, I'd say this is as standard as we can get. And both of them are actually supply blocked, except DB has just fixed this.
Right.
Quite a bit later than Miguela, actually, or quite a bit earlier, rather. The Zealot chasing the probe down, who has decided to block the natural with a pylon, but the Zealot will take care of it pretty easily. There's no sneaky play. Everything looks honorable, and scouting is good. The economy is good. The technology is good. Feel like this is going to start going into a macro game. Twilight Council is on the way for somebody. DB, I think.
This is a smart play from DB, knowing that Miguel is probably going to play defensive to hold off any cheeses after that last game.
But it actually is the exact opposite. Miguel has not even gotten a forge yet, much less cannons or shield batteries. But of course, as I say that, she does use a forge to... I think that is is that like a complete block there? Is there space?
I think maybe a probe could fit through there. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. That actually does look blocked to me. That might be trouble later, especially if she decides to not go Sky Toss. Twilight Council is finishing up, and she'll go for a standard blink with that. Though, DB does have a Nexus, a second Nexus already.
And the Dark Shrine goes up.
The Dark Shrine is up. Okay, so we're gonna look at some Dark Templar play here, which actually might be devastating since DB has neither a forge nor a robotics facility. So there's no detection in the foreseeable future for DB. But then of course becomes the question becomes, can the DTs get out of Miguela's base? She starts to destroy her forge when she realizes that her DTs cannot in fact get out of her base. DB is actually really nicely scouting to see if there's any cheesy proxies or whatever. And I feel like if this was a different kind of build, yet the same kind of build, you would find a lot of proxy. You would find a proxy gateway somewhere so that DTs can warp in faster, but that does not seem to be the case. Not sure if Miguela realizes she can just warp in DTs outside of her base, but I think she does want to expand, so that probe needs to get out. This is kind of a wasted 150 minerals. But nevertheless, the Dark Shrine does finish. There's still no detection from DB, so this looks like it could be really devastating if these DTs do make their way across the map. Miguela is putting up another expansion, or a second Nexus. The DB has about 5 idle probes in a turn, who knows what actually. I guess they're just chilling here. They're socially distancing themselves from the rest of the probes. It's a smart thing to do during quarantine.
Yes, indeed.
Despite having her Dark Shrine up, Miguela has not actually tried to send any DTs across at all. And as for the idle probes, this does seem like a miss rally. It's also becoming a little bit more unsafe, and the more people you have, or rather probes you have, the more dangerous it becomes and more likely you are to contract a virus.
This is true.
Yes, it is. Hallucinated Phoenix, actually, coming out to scout. It does look like it will see the Dark Shrine. Actually, looking at its pathing, will it see the Dark Shrine? It just misses it. This is the story of StarCraft. You just missed the production structure that you needed to see. But it is heading back. And it scouts the Dark Shrine. He says, "Oh, okay, I see." And shield batteries are going up, cannons are going up. There's lots of defenses. Miguela looks like she's getting ready to play that Stargate kind of Protoss style, but it is kind of unfortunate that she makes the Stark Shrine and does not do anything with it. Yet still, more probes are being rallied to this. What even is this? This is like the third, fourth, fifth base. So, well, I guess since he saw the Dark Shrine, of course, the only logical thing to do is attack so that you can get wiped out by DTs without any detection. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Not too sure about this play. Miguela currently has about what seven gateways in production, so that she can really like pump out more DTs. Yeah, actually checking DB's rally. It looks like all of his Nexi are rallying probes to that one spot. That doesn't look super good. Maybe he'll notice that later, but there is an attack from DB. There are a couple of cannons and shield batteries out here, but he actually does have an observer. Really? Oh,
Will he
the
be able to break
robotics
this, though?
facility was here. It does look like he will be actually pushed back. The cannons are strong, the stalkers are strong, and there is more being warped in. The Guardian Shields are actually really, really nice to see, though. Guardian Shields actually decrease the amount of damage from incoming ranged attacks. So that's always good if you're going up against stalkers and photon cannons, but nevertheless, it doesn't matter all too much if there's just too much Protoss on the defending side. Miguela is actually running out of mineral patches, so she needs to expand soon, but she does have a little bit of DB on her front door. DB waltzing into the natural, trying to snipe a few probes. Doesn't look like he'll get any. The ever-increasing number of the idle probes doesn't feel right. Though I think Miguela actually also has countered this with an equal number of idle probes. So
How many-
we'll see. This battle will rage, I believe. Unless, of course, Miguela pulls them back. Okay, so looking at the army supply, we have 50 army supply for DB, and 33 army supply for Miguela.
That's workers.
Or 14 army supply for Miguela, 27 for DB. But she does have an Archon and Photon Cannons, so she can kind of hold this off, but there are just so many stalkers. I don't see how Miguela can actually successfully hold this off anymore. I mean, you can warp in DTs, but there's an observer already. I'm not sure how much this will do. The DTs will do.
She may have just lost this game because she pushed out there.
I actually do believe so. But she does have cannons and shield battery in her natural. I'm surprised that she is actually dropping a robotics facility rather than a Stargate. So it's nice to see that variant of a playstyle, but it does look like there's too much Protoss at her front door, and DB has actually proxied a forge so that his upgrades can get to his troops faster, maybe. Not sure what that's for, but looks pretty cool, I'd say. He has actually stopped rallying probes to the idle probe party, and instead has focused his attention on number 1, getting adept glaives for the 0 adepts, and attacking with half the stalkers at once. Shield batteries are also being warped in at a place he will likely not get attacked, whereas Miguela keeps warping in DTs. Not sure. Wait, where did the observer go? Did the
probably
observer
died.
die? This is actually huge.
If the DT can,
Oh, the DT also blinks into the stalkers, so that was actually an upgrade we saw earlier. It's the... what do we call that?
Shadow Stride?
Shadow Stride. That's what it's called, right. It's a 14-second cooldown that has allowed the Dark Templar to blink. So, just so we can be like the stalkers, like the cool kids, All the cool kids can blink, and everyone wants to be like stalkers. There are actually no more observers in production, so DB will not be able to look at this Dark Templar, no matter how many Zealots you make. Miguela is rallying her probes to her natural. Is she gonna expand? Does
Oh,
she
the
plan
cool
to
kids
fight
party.
with Oh, he fixed the rally. Oh, DB did. So his probes are no longer idle, but they are kind of long distance mining. I guess it's better than being idle, right? I just feel like Miguel should be warping in more DTs here, since there are no observers, but she is kind of out of money.
Just waiting for the...
She really needs to expand, but she has no more
Right.
money to. If you look at the production tab, you'll see that DB is making a whole slew of Protoss things, and Miguela has nothing there. He's actually getting air armor and air attack, despite having no air units. And the probes are still long distance mining. I'm curious to see why he expanded here. I guess we'll have to ask him this after the match. There's another
DT is
attack
stuck.
coming in onto Miguela's base. Looks like her natural will be cancelled again, which is going to be a huge blow to her economy. But the DT is actually making good work of the Stalkers. That is, if the Stalkers don't destroy all her buildings first. Miguela, clearly realizing that detection is the problem here, decides to make an observer. So I feel like that DB is more in need of that observer. So the Stalkers are actually shooting everything down very, very quickly. But the DT is making... How many... Okay, this is kind of like an arcade game now. It's like, how many Stalkers can you kill with your one DT? This feels kind of... It does. Miguela is really racking up points with his DT.
Although she is losing all her workers. And this
I feel like Miguela should have attacked a little bit earlier with that, when she had that Dark Strike finish. But, you know, beginner mistake. Alright, and it looks like we have some interviews coming up. It was a 2-0 series for DB. So he will be taking this win, probably, very happily. And it looks like we have our players here on the voice chat. Miguela. Miguela, can you hear us?
Uh-huh, I can.
Okay, so that was a good game. You did very well. We wanted to ask you a couple of questions about the game. So we noticed recently that you like to go for that Stargate's kind of Skytoss style. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so I was actually very curious as to why you didn't try to go for the same thing again in these two games.
Well, I wanted to try to be different, but apparently that did not work.
Yeah. The one thing that I noticed was that you had a Dark Shrine, and it finished like very, very early, but you did not try to send Dark Templars across the map to attack. Why is that?
I did, because I didn't have enough minerals by that time, so I couldn't make DTs yet.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's all a build order kind of thing. There's actually a build order, I think, where you can make a Dark Shrine and have enough money for DTs while you're at it. So, yeah, it's just a lot of practice, you know? Yeah.
In the beginning
totally agree.
of this one game, I put a forge, like, right there. I couldn't get out.
Yeah. And as for DB, this was a very exciting win. It's a fun game to watch. I was actually also going to ask, where did you come up with this strategy for a double Stargate proxy with Void Rays?
Yeah, honestly, I've been hearing a lot about Void Rays, and early on, Void Rays great for defense, great for offense, and so I thought I honestly just started trying this today. I didn't even know if it would work because I've never tried an early Void Ray rush or anything like that. So I thought, you know what, why not? It's new. I've never done it, and maybe it'll work. So I think I got lucky.
And for that second game, where you took the expansion first instead of playing something aggressive, why did you do that? Were you planning to bamboozle Miguela?
So I figured, okay, I went with the Void Rays on the first game, and I thought, okay, she probably is onto my game now, so I can't do that on the second game. So let's play a little defense maybe and just secure the natural and hope to build a better economy. Then when I was scouting, I saw the shrine or whatever it was, for the DT. So I was like, uh-oh, I got to get my my observers out quickly. And I guess I got lucky because she probably could have easily got me on that.
I knew
that is
you were
true.
gonna
The
come
yeah.
with observers. I knew you were gonna come with observers because I saw that hallucination. And I'm like, ah, dang it, he saw my.
Actually, the hallucinated phoenix actually just missed the dark shrine on its first go round.
On my
But-
first go around, right?
Yeah, but DB, you actually rallied it back to see if there was anything else, and you found the dark shrine. So
Yeah, I
was very
noticed
well
at the
played.
last second. I noticed at the last second there was something going up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's? So I went back and I saw it. So I was like, oh,
Well-
gotta get some. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was an exciting game to watch, especially with all of the different strategies that we got to see and the units and all of that kind of stuff. So thank you. That was a very good, great.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a great game.
If I can say to Miguel, thank you so much. You're an amazing player, and I honestly didn't think I was going to win tonight, but I know you're going to go far. So thank you for letting me play you. That was awesome.
Good job, both of
You
you.
too.
Miguel.
Great job. We actually have our next match, and the next match is a Code A, Group B, I believe, and it is between TheArchaic and Sloza. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Alright guys, we'll get that next game set up. So that was a 2-0 for DB over Miguela. A little bit of missed opportunity there on second game. Miguela certainly had the Dark Templar ready to go, and DB had no detection for a while there. Unfortunately, she forgot about it, and she said she didn't have any money by the time she looked, so but that's how it goes sometimes, right? So we're gonna move on to the other Code A matchup. It's the Archaic versus Sloza. They're getting set. We're gonna play DB's assessment on the game, his preview, what he thinks this is gonna be like. So we'll play that right now. Take it away, DB.
Welcome back, and this is our second Code A matchup in Group B. We are looking at none other than TheArchaic, a Protoss player in the Silver League with an MMR of 3,073. At 11 years old, came in 5th place last season, and doing all right this year. Had some challenges, looking sharp though, and he's up against some really strong competition. So I'm actually really impressed with the way Archaic is playing, and he has such a great attitude about it, which is really good. His favorite StarCraft 2 strategy is the Dark Templar Rush. He will be going up against a Terran player by the name of Sloza. Sloza is in the Gold League with an MMR of 2,700. And he likes to do Thor drops and BCs. So, our players are sitting in interesting positions coming close to the playoffs here. Everybody in this group has played an amazing season so far. Unfortunately, AXD is not going to make the playoffs, and Archaic right now, sitting in 5th place, has to get the win today. If he doesn't, he will lose his chance for the playoffs. Even if he gets the win today, it is going to kind of come down to what happens in the other games if he could advance. So, crucial win for him. Sloza, on the other hand, is right now in 3rd place with 1 less loss from the 4th place person. So even with a loss today, he still has 1 more game after this and could still potentially make the playoffs. However, if he wins, he will almost certainly secure his spot in the playoffs. So, very important game for the Archaic. We I really hope he brings something fun and exciting. I mean, I know he can. The question is, did he prepare? Because this will be a crucial game for him. So good luck to both of these gentlemen, and we'll see you on the other side.
All right. Thanks for that preview of the game, DB. Let's check with the players to see if they are ready. I believe I'm casting this by myself. This is Freedom. Let's get these cameras on if we have them, guys. And then we're good to go right after that. There you go. All right, there's our players. You can see them. They're strapped in, ready to go. The top, that's TheArchaic. And at the bottom, that's Sloza. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. This is Freedom. This is FSL. Match number 2. Season 2, Day 13.
FSL Season 2. Code A.
Alright. Our observer is Neutrophil again. And the bottom left, the Protoss player, he is
TheArchaic.
And on the top right, the Terran player. His name is
Sloza.
Alright, guys. Protoss versus Terran. I like it. Early probe scout here. Well, actually, it's right on time, right? So you want to scout right after your gateway. So it's a little early, but it's just right to me. Alright, so let's see. He scouts. He drops a good luck, have fun. I really like that. That's pretty cool. There's some good manner stuff going on there. Now, if I had to make a prediction here, I think Sloza's favored in this game. But maybe the Archaic has a plan. Maybe he has a cheese. Or maybe he has some sort of timing. He is Protoss, so you can have some really cool things for this. Alright, so expansion right there. So that's good. Pretty standard here. I'd like to see the Protoss get his expansion too. He's a little late on it. You know, you want to get that Stalker and then expand. He actually makes a Zealot, which, you know, you normally don't need unless you think you're being proxied. And as far as I know, he scouted and saw it, and he wasn't being proxied. So he can definitely cut out that Zealot from his build and save the money and put it elsewhere. In the meantime, you can see that Sloza was scouting for a cheese, some sort of proxy, but that's not there. So just being safe. But so is the Archaic being safe. He still has not taken a base. I don't think he plans on taking the base anytime soon, right? He does have a Twilight coming with two more gateways. I think he's going to be very aggressive. I don't think Sloza looked at the expansions. He has no idea that no expansion has been taken yet. So this may work out for the Archaic, because if Sloza sees that there's no expansion, well, guess what? He'll be super defensive. But as it is right now, he has the standard bunker defense and a 1-1-1, which means 1 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport. And he's gonna swap that out. Probably get some Hellions or mines, and then get the looks like he's getting a attachment, a tech lab there. So this Reaper, will he see? He's hanging out the top. He still has no idea He's being super safe, right? So he's gonna miss out on knowing that a blink all-in is coming his way. This is going to be deadly. Blink all-in here. If Sloza comes up, and he's gonna come up, his Reaper, check us out. He's gonna get it, and still no idea about the no expansion. So as far as he knows, he's like, oh, okay, you have some stalkers there, no big deal. But in reality, it's a one base all in, and there's the prism. And he's gonna expand behind this, so you know he's prioritizing. So it's not as all in, but he's gonna be way behind if he doesn't do significant damage. So that prism is going the long way with its load of 4 stalkers. Meanwhile, oh no, can Jacob, aka TheArchaic, hold his choke here? Right? These are Hellions. He doesn't have a shield battery. So let's see his reaction. Let's see. Here it is. He sees, oh wow, that's a late expansion. He backs off. He's like, oh, there's nothing there. What's going on? Let's see. There's the prism. He's gonna boost. He's boosting to check in the back, but that's useless. That doesn't do anything. And here's the big attack. TheArchaic. He's got 7 blink stalkers now. Oh, this is gonna do a lot of damage. And it's all about microing here. He just has to keep blinking the ones that are hurt back. In fact, he doesn't need to move all of them back. He's pretty far ahead. Here, a lot of damage if he can cancel this command center. No, he doesn't. He was just there. Meanwhile, in the back base, there's action here. A drop. The Archaic is not mining. He needs to clean it up. That Zealot did a great... Oh, no! Oh, he's gonna fight. Okay, he's gonna fight. He blinks. He's gonna kill this medevac. Meanwhile, here he kills the command center at the other side. And the Archaic can begin mining again. Hopefully he does that soon. He forgets because he's dealing here with some mines. Oh, what a nice blink back. Avoids that first one. He still has to fix the mining though. He has not fixed the mining. So, meantime, Sloza is mining. He's gonna blink. Oh, that's beautiful work right there for the Archaic. There's one more mine about to shoot. Oh, that control is great, and it's really, really well done. However, he still has to mine. Oh, he did fix it. Beautiful job by the Archaic. This is some nice control with the blinks here, guys. Really impressed here. He just needs to warp in more. At home, he's mining, but I think he needs more gas. In the meantime, he's gonna cause a lot of damage. This is really good opening for him. He needs to restore his macro at home. He does warp in more stalkers. He can actually blink down here on the other side. These mines are... He's a little bit scared of the mines. He's kind of overreacting here. I think he just sent one blink stalker here and then blink it back. Not all of them, right? That's what he's doing, but that's okay. The sooner he clears that out, the better. Sloza is actually freaking out and moves everything back. Oh, he's gonna... Where's he going with these stalker, SCVs? Not quite sure, but a big force is coming, and this is looking really good for the Archaic. Really good. I mean, he is cleaning up these SCVs. Slows. Oh, I see where he's going. He was trying to expand up there, but inadvertently, he's gonna lead them. He's gonna lead these stalkers to find this floating base. Oh, this is a mistake. He should have just let it be, and then he's gonna clean that up. So now, Sloza is effectively down to 1 base. Meanwhile, the Archaic's on 1 base, although he's not mining at his new base, the 2nd base. Cleaning that up. And so far, 28 workers killed. There's a tank for safety for Sloza at home. However, he is down to 1 base. No, you know what? The Archaic needs a... is he attacking? He's attacking his Or he probably meant to repair, but yeah, okay, here you go. This is a killing army right here. If he sends that Immortal, target that tank, it's lights out. So here goes. This is a pretty cool game 1. Let's see if he blinks in. He's scared. That tank shot scared him. But then he realized there isn't much here. And I think this is gonna be it, guys. Yes, he says. TheArchaic takes game 1. Fantastic job for TheArchaic. I'm sure. So there you go. That Blink Stalker all worked out for him. The lack of scouting for Sloza, he just missed. He just missed the lack of expansion. He would have known. He wouldn't have bothered to attack. Probably just defend right there. Alright, we're gonna head to game 2. That was a pretty cool game 1. Now let's see what happens there, right? So game 2, it looks like we're gonna be on Pillars of Gold. These guys are, look, there's a little bit of smile there for TheArchaic. He won the game. Sloza is a little bit nervous. He's like, oh man, I'm down 0-1. I need to win. We're gonna go into game 2. They're getting set up. Players are ready, indeed. So I think Sloza may need to scout a little bit more. He had a nice start. His macro was great, but he just got caught by that. You know, it's pretty much an all-in, right? I know he expanded, but he got caught there. So we're gonna head on over to game 2.
FSL Season 2. Code A.
Alright. Game 2. Here at the bottom left. He is down 0-1. He is...
Sloza.
And the top right, the Protoss player. His name is...
TheArchaic.
Alright, guys. Early scout for TheArchaic. You know, one thing if he makes another Zealot, I guess that was part of his plan to hold the choke with the Zealot, but, you know, and maybe he's trying to save his gas, but you definitely can avoid spending the money on the Zealot and just make a Stalker if you do see there's no proxy. And he's scouting here, he sees no proxy. So let's see if he does the same thing. Maybe he's just used to doing it, and there it is, the good luck, have fun. That's the spray, guys. You can do that now. And meanwhile, on the other side, nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like the Archaic sent his probe way too early, so he could have been mining, so that's okay, that happens. There's the Cyber. He still makes the Zealot, so I think he just loves doing that, right? And maybe it's the same build for Zerg too, because you kind of... Zealots, you know, is good too to get that. Maybe he's trying to save the gas. Maybe that's the point, right? So we can ask him about that later on. But for now, Reaper opener and expansion, undeterred, right? Sloza's not too worried about it. I think he's going to stick with his game plan. He does scout and see everything. So he's good to go. Now, he's carrying mineral here. This SCV is carrying a mineral. And he's going to go home. So you can go right through that Zealot. So that's the thing. If you're mining, or you have a mineral to return from your mining, you can actually walk through units. So that's what he did. Anyway, here's the Reaper to go scout. Stalker coming out in the Twilight. Alright, let's see. What's the plan here? The Reaper will miss that probe, but he is gonna wreak havoc. There's no stalker there yet. He does see the additional gateways being warped in. Is he gonna kill one? He kills one. Alright, he kills one. Now let's see. Can he get away? No, he won't. But he does see the Twilight, and right after he leaves, there you go, Dark Shrine. That's when you put it down. Although he didn't see Chrono on that Twilight, so you know, Sloza's not totally new. If there's no Chrono there, it might be for a Dark Templar, or he's just late with the Chrono there, right? So Chrono meaning you're chronoing the upgrade on that Twilight for charge lots, stalkers, or you know, blink stalkers. Or okay, we have a proxy here. It's a proxy gateway. He's still on one base, so but the difference though here, as you can see on the left side, is Sloza gonna check it out? Is he gonna see? Oh no, that's not even his, that's just a probe. So Sloza is still, he has no idea that this is one base. The Reaper actually died before it hopped down on the base down there, so he has no idea that this is another one base build. And this time it's a charge lot build, right, with DTs. Now I don't see a robo, so I think this is just gonna be proxy charge lot. This is devastating, man. Oh, this can run him over. There's DTs too, so alright, he's gonna open up with DTs. He does have energy for probably by the time he gets there 2 scans. But will he drop mules? That's the key here, guys. If he drops mules, he's dead. He doesn't have an eBay. If he drops mules, he's dead, dead, dead. Walks by him. Oh, he drops a mule! He drops a mule! He has 1 scan left. He can only save 1 side. The DT's in. Doing damage on 2 sides. You gotta pick one here. Move everything to that 1 side and then scan there. And he scans, but he doesn't have anything to do. He just says, oh, okay, those are what's killing me. Not really useful scan. So typically you want to scan and then, you know, be with your army, but he didn't have the army, so the scan didn't do anything. That was a pretty major mistake, and there's a charged lots. Oh no. I think this is gonna do it, guys. That's just way too much damage. You know, oh no. These timing attacks. I think Sloza just got a little bit too carried away, too lax on his macro, didn't scout, and he's gonna pay for it. He's so far so many workers killed. 38 workers killed. You can't come back from this, guys. You can maybe if you switch over with Maru, you could come back, microing 1 medevac of stuff, but yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't see him. And you know, if he watches this VOD, he's gonna see what he did wrong. It's a pretty you know, easy thing to fix, which is just scout for the proxy, or scout for no expansion, right? Because if you look, still no base here for Isaac. He does finally see it with this Marine, but what can you do here? You really can't do too much more, right? He's gonna try to survive all these mines that won't do much. Give me some fancy micro with this tank. Might as well. He doesn't even get to pick it up. And is he down to no units? That's it. That was quite an upset, guys. I think he was not prepared. And let's go talk to the players. He just got caught off guard on that one. So let's unmute. If we can unmute the players, let us talk to Sloza first. Sloza, can you hear me?
Yes, hey.
Hey, you got caught off guard with that DT in game 2. I'm sure you just dropped the mule and you had 1 mule left. Once you heard that slashing that we all know and love and hate, right? That slashing of the Dark Templar. What went to your head, sir? Like, what were you thinking?
I'm out of position. this is the wrong build for this, and I'm in trouble. That's all I thought.
Yeah,
But
and
that was well executed for
and,
sure.
and you know what? You did have a Marine to see that he didn't have an expansion eventually, right? I
Yeah,
saw it.
yep.
When did you realize that? Because we didn't see when you actually saw that. When did you realize?
I moved the Marine up just to see if he had an expansion, but I didn't check it. Right. I was getting ready to do Widow Mine drop and that stuff, but it was just that build
Gotcha.
hit me way earlier
Yeah.
than I thought it would.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
thought at least my
yeah.
Marine would see something
Yep.
going over there, but didn't see anything. So that
Yeah,
just
exactly. That was a
yeah.
telltale sign of a one base all in. And believe it or not, game 1-2, you just missed scouting it. He was also one base all in there, and he got the blink stalkers in while you were out of position. So
Yep.
it's really just an unfortunate thing where you were just out of position. You just missed the scout, but it was a pretty fun game. I saw what you were trying to do with the mines and the Hellions. So I think that's just a small adjustment on your side for the next game. So anyway, nice job.
Yeah, well
You
done.
know,
Yeah,
well-
good job, Jacob.
good
That's
job.
good.
All right. So thank you, Sloza, and let's talk to you, TheArchaic, aka Jacob. Right? That's your name on the game. So it
yeah.
looks.
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, it looks like you have a game plan. I mean, you definitely have two specific all-in builds, one base all-in builds, where the Terran barely missed scouting it, right? So I mean, obviously alarm bells would be ringing if he saw no base for you, and he didn't see it. Was that something you've been preparing? Really, Blink Stalker all in, and then a charge lot all in, DT?
I was like planning practically the whole week to do the Blink Stalker all in.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't really know what to do for game 2, so I just did what I really wanted to do, and I just did DTs.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you've been practicing all week. You hear that, Sloza? So he kind of deserves it.
Yeah, I have to step up my cheese game.
That's
but,
right.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent build. Yeah.
All right. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for that entertaining game. We'll see you guys soon. Check out the the brackets and the standings, and we'll see what will happen in the playoffs, because it's still possible. I think you guys may face each other. I'm not sure yet on the updates on that. So check that out on our website under scystorm.com/FSL. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks. Good games.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So
2-minute break.
we have a 2-minute break. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Ready?
All right, guys, we're back. We're gonna play the preview of this matchup while we wait.
So just message me on chat because I'm gonna mute and deafen myself now.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, guys. If we have, so we have the cams here, guys. That's Seth on the screen. I think we're good to go. Neutrophil will help me admin this. Let's play the DB's assessment on this final Code S game.
Welcome back, and let's look at our Code S matchup tonight. These are the big guys. We have on one corner, Freeden. Freeden is playing his last game of the season. He is a Terran player in the Diamond League with an MMR of 3,716. He's a rookie this year, and it's fun to watch him play. So he will be playing against, on the other side, Seth, a random player. So we have a Terran versus random. Seth has shown us some really exciting things this year. And as I mention every time, one of them was knocking out the champion from last year in a 2-0 victory on a 3-game series there a few weeks back, and that was, nobody was expecting that. Now, obviously, our champion from last year, Neutrophil, is still in this, very much so. Still tied up there at first and second place with Sir Maligan. Seth is in the Diamond League. Came in 5th last season, looking sharper this season. He likes to do timing attacks, and his favorite StarCraft 2 player is Maru. Now let's look at how they're sitting right now and their chances for the playoffs. Freeden, this is, like I said, this is his last game. He has to win, and even with a win, the chances are pretty slim that he could advance into the playoff round. Not impossible, but all the things would have to line up perfectly, and we only have 3 games to go, including tonight. So with that being said, Seth, on the other hand, he is right now in 3rd spot. He would make the playoffs if they were today, but he still has tonight's game and one more after this against Dark Menace, who's in 4th place. So crucial games. With the win here, Seth sets himself up really nicely to go into the playoffs. Even if he possibly loses one of these games, but he really wants to take the win, of course, to make sure he can make it in there. So don't know what's going to happen. Such a tight race in Code S, and we really won't know until tonight and possibly next game. So we'll see what happens. Good luck to you, gentlemen. Have fun.
All right, thanks DB for that preview of this matchup, Code S matchup between Seth and Freeden. We're good to go. Let's get started. This is the final one.
FSL Season 2 Code S.
And a reminder, guys, we're going to do some team games tonight after FSL. So if you guys want to join, hop on over to channel Storm on NA. Anyway, we have the Observer Neutrophil showing us the bottom left, the random player. It's a battle of randoms. This time he is Seth, the Terran player. That's right. And on the top right, the random player spawns as Protoss. Wow, he is Protoss. Okay. Alright, and that is
Freeden.
Alright, let's go, guys. This is cool. Code S. This is our top level in this league on FSL. And it's random versus random. Doesn't get much cooler than that. And there's a pause.
Game paused.
Right there. So I think he has to adjust something. Maybe his mouse was a little off. Maybe the camera is distracting his hair. Oh, he forgot. Okay, well, that kind of ruins the I think it's only fair since it's random versus random. Well, actually, it may be okay because look, he is scouting with a probe, and he would have found out anyway. Well, since, yeah, you know what I mean. I think that may be okay. He is scouting, so it's fine.
Game resumed.
All right. Well, he forgot that he had the thing on, so. Okay, here goes. Alright, so it looks like there's a, good thing we didn't actually mention any kind of plans here. There's, you know, what is, he's trying to show that he has a normal build. It's like, hey, I know you're here, probe. But in reality, Seth is proxying. Now, oh no, he's proxying. So for the good of the game, it's fine because listen, you know, the probe did go out and he would have found out and there's nothing, it didn't affect anything. So that's a judgment call. And my judgment on that is we'll allow it. It's fine. And he doesn't even know about the proxy on the right side. Now keep in mind, Seth disguised this, right? This probe right here, Freeden sees, okay, looks like a normal build. Alright, that's fine. And that actually works out, right? So, you know, him getting in here helps out. Helps out Seth. And he's got a tech lab. He's gonna have 3 barracks producing stuff. And oh no, Freeden has his... He has his structures right up front, man. And it's not cool. That is not good. Seth sees it. Freeden... No, he doesn't see it, actually. And Freeden doesn't see it. Now Seth sees it. He sees, okay, no expansion. Fine. I expect some bunkers to be made here in a minute. Does he see the second guy? No, he doesn't see the second guy. So he thinks it's just... He thinks it's... But he's going... Is Seth going back down? He shouldn't have go down here. I think Freeden is suspicious. No, he's not. He's not suspicious. Not cool. Okay. So Freeden does not know. That probe is still there in the base. And there's a pretty big bio army coming. He's waiting for the Reaper, so he's hanging out at the top, and he's gonna expand. So he obviously has no idea that this is happening. There is a DT shrine coming, so Seth's window, you know, is closing, and he's attacking just at the time when I said his window is closing. There you go. If he kills both of these, pylons, great for him. There's only one stalker this whole time. Oh no, this might be it, guys. Nothing can come out anywhere except for these 2 gateways. And he just depowered them. Depowered them. So, I think this is gonna be a quick game, guys. Not looking good. I don't see him coming back out of this. That's a futile attempt to fight with your workers. So, 3 minutes, 48 seconds in the game. It's pretty obvious this is a game over situation, right? So, this was just really a build order win. He got tricked. He does have a DT shrine, but he's losing all his workers. So, he's down to his last worker there. Actually, I lied. That's not his last worker. He has one more here. Oh, he's trying to get a DT shrine. He would have done it too. Oh no. The tragedy. Oh man, you know what? He just needed like 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds, he would have had DT on the other side. And maybe defend with DT at home. But unfortunately, that's how it goes. This is random versus random, guys. These things happen. Let's see the adjustment. You know, he just missed the scout there. This is our Codes match. All our matches have been really fast, guys. I mean, look, it's only 9:12 p.m. Eastern. We started right at 8. And we have possibly one more game left. So, not cool. As far as... if you're not a fan of fast games, not cool. Alright guys, we are ready for game 2. We're good to go. Let's see what they let's see what they come up with here, right? So you know, the good news is him hearing what race he was didn't affect anything, obviously. But now we have game 2. You can see the hero unit there, the Marauder. All right. This is
FSL Season 2 Code S.
all right. He's up 1-0. On the top right, he is
Seth.
and the bottom left. Wow, it's the same matchup. He spawns. He is
Freeden.
And what I was trying to say there, he spawns as Protoss again. So it's Terran versus Protoss once again. It's like a redo. Hey guys, let's redo. I don't like that last game. Now, does that mean Seth has to come up with another build? Right? He needs to come up with a new build. And Freeden, Seth knows that Freeden went for a Dark Templar thing. So both of them need somewhat, you know, new builds. I guess you don't have to do new builds if you don't want to, right? But it's advisable that you have something else. Exactly. This whole Blizzard random does not work. Every time I do random, I'm spawning as the same race 3 times in a row. It's broken, man. Alright, so Protoss goes to the bottom right. Maybe he thought about proxying, I'm not sure. That's kind of a far place to be. Seth is going to expand, so not an all-in. He's definitely going to do a different build this time around, guys. Definitely a different build. In the meantime, nothing going on fancy. Freeden likes to expand at the bottom. He does. He loves it. Okay, Freeden comes in for a follow-up scout. Doesn't show much, and he's trapped. He is trapped. So he could recall, or he could drop another pylon, a friendly pylon here. Okay, there you go. Alright. Reaper cleans that up. Seth is most definitely doing a different build. A bit more standard now because he has the expansion. The Reaper expand with a tech lab. In the meantime, Freeden doesn't look like he's looking to expand anytime soon. It looks like it's the same build as the last game, guys. So, Freeden just likes this. He's going to hop up here and make sure he's up here to prevent the Reaper, or at least take a few shots at it before it gets too deep in the base, and he may even kill it in time. No, he's not gonna go do that. He's actually gonna check the front. I really want Freeden to take a Nexus here, because it's not cool to be figured out, right? I mean, he may figure out, okay, you're doing, it looks very much, and it's the same build, right? Look at this. There's the Dark Shrine, the third gate, and Seth is going to see it. That is definitely not cool. Let's go look at it from his point of view. Did he see it? He's missing the shrine. Oh, he missed it! He missed the shrine. He missed the Dark Shrine. Alright. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw it the last game, so I don't know, guys. I think Seth will be ready. I mean, look, he does make the eBay. He has his, he makes a tank. He's playing safe. He's got the starport. He's got an expansion. Freeden is very all-in. Right? He has no base. No expansion base. Seth, I anticipate he'll probably start saving his energy. But you never really know. He didn't see a Dark Shrine, like I said, right? This is his view. Didn't see it. But he did see no expansion. So I don't know. Oh, here's the DT. Here's the DT. Oh yeah. No energy on either. No energy on either of the command centers. There you go. This one's gonna take care of that. This guy, there's 2, 3 gonna take care of that. Oh, man. He's gonna do a lot of damage. But he needs to micro this. Okay, he's got that there. Still no expansion for Freeden, but he does own the top base. Oh, he miscontrols this. There's a turret here. He just misses it. That's gonna burn. Okay, these 2 Dark Templars can actually... Oh no, he's miscontrolling this, guys. He needs to hide. But you know, he still has a pylon here. He's not... What is his plan? I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Although he does have this. It's not looking good for Freeden. I don't think he did enough damage. He is expanding though, so at the very least he is expanding. So alright, so he did damage. 14 workers killed, but I feel like that's not enough. Given, you know, Seth's been mining for a very long time. But, well, who's to say it's done, right? He's still doing damage right here. There you go. More damage. I think he saw a Deliberator. Yeah, he keeps F2ing, I think. Oh, he just gets out. One more swipe there. He's trying to get away. He's gonna swipe that tank. There you go. This is doing more damage than I expected, actually. So Freeden getting more from this one DT than the others. The whole, you know. Oh, he's coming down. He's okay. He caught it just in time before it came down, because you want continuous damage on that. Meanwhile, there's a Liberator going on the bottom right. Charged lots being researched. Freeden. I think this time Freeden has the lead. Especially killing that last tank. Freeden definitely has the lead now. So now can Freeden not lose too much to this Liberator? Let's see the count, guys. 16 to 1. That would be 16 to 2. Oh, he gets that. So 2 workers. Not that much. Oh man. Let me ask you this. Are these this wall is terrible because his stalkers are blocked in. Guys, his stalkers are blocked in, and he keeps killing workers. 8 now. Oh man. Freeden, you know, blunders right there with these stalkers. His wall is not really well thought out, so they're stuck. He's gonna have to recall them eventually. He might even have a chance to kill them by doing the... They're trapped. See, watch. He's gonna do that. He's gonna try. Oh, he's a little too far, and he's getting shot. Oh, there it is. That's weird. Did you see that? It was not showing the. It was not showing the circle. So that looks like a bug. I've never seen that before. All right. Well, anyway, that ends that. And what's going on? Let's see. Seth's recovered. Freeden's gonna pressure. He's got a ton of DTs here, but I don't think he's gonna break them. Mines are in play. I think Seth is gonna, you know what? He's like, all right, you keep making DTs. I'm gonna make a Raven. Yeah, but it eventually showed, so I guess it does show. So the circle didn't show because it was off the map. However, when it does target something, it does show up, I guess. So I guess that's how it works. Anyway, look. Oh, you know, he changed his mind. I thought he was gonna make a Raven, but he makes another tank. He queues up tanks. I think he feels like he needs tanks first to survive this push. Now Blink is coming. Oh! But does he have enough units? Here it is. This is the big fight. Does he have enough units to hold this back? Freeden with a huge army. I think this is it, guys. Freeden's gonna tie it up. He is going to tie it up. It's only a matter of time. That's too much damage. Or I guess he's gonna play a little bit more, but look at the massive amount of forces coming in. He has doubled the supply, army supply. If he kills that command center, lights out for sure. Or is he gonna... Oh, he's gonna let it go. Oh, that's a mistake. But he does have a lot of a lot of units, so it may not matter too much. I mean, except saving this command center means there's still a chance to come back, but 5 army supply, 1 tank being microed, fighting with the SCVs, loses the tank. Not gonna happen. He's gonna tie it up! Alright, we have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a 2-0. We're gonna head into the third map, the final map, here in Code S. That was kind of cool. They kind of went back and forth. Freeden did too much damage with his DTs. He was actually very all-in, guys. He, if he didn't do what he did with that 1 DT, I think he would have lost. But, you know, as it stands, we're gonna go into game 3 with these guys. Now, let's see. The real question is not who wins, but will these 2 guys get 2 random players get the same races again? Right? I mean, what are the odds of that? You can multiply that, right? What is the odds of getting the same races, two players 3 times in a row? Anyway, we are here, we're ready to go here. This is FSL Code S.
FSL Season 2 Code S.
Alright. Tie game, guys. The bottom, okay, so that's good. He spawned something else different. Bottom left. The player that's was tearing too much. He is
Seth.
So this time he's Protoss. So kind of cool. And on the top right, well, looks like he's Protoss all game. All match. On the top right, he is
Freeden.
Alright, so not exactly same matchups, but at least one of them get the same race 3 times in a row. It's a PvP, guys. PvP is fun these days. They're gonna find out. There you go. See ya. Hello. Looks like we have a PvP in our hands. Who is the better Protoss player? That's what we'll find out. Now, PvP is a rock, paper, scissors matchup these days, guys. So, I think this deserves the, what you call that? The StarCraft Legacy of the Void music going on. Right? Legacy of the Void is a Protoss expansion. It deserves that. And look at this block. Seth is blocking, he's not moving. He does block with the pylon. Very nice. Both of them actually expand on the low ground. So that's kind of funny. Typically you don't do that in PvP. So if one player does it, you can kind of take advantage of it. The other one that doesn't can kind of send and keep shelling that expansion, the structures. But both of them did it, so. And okay, so what we got is a Twilight from Freeden. He really likes them Twilight, right? Seth is expanding. He blocked Freeden's expansion. But here's the thing though, guys. Freeden doesn't like to expand. I'll tell you this right now. He doesn't like to expand soon anyway. Or at a normal time. He expands late. Usually after he's ready to go with his all-in. So we'll see. Seth should know this. He got his expansion way faster. He should be ready. He needs to be ready for this. This is the final game tonight, guys. Who is going to take the crown here for Code S matchup for day 13? It's a tie game. It's Protoss versus Protoss. No excuses. I suppose Seth can come up with an excuse. Well, I'm not warmed up with Protoss. I was playing Terran the last 2 games. Still. It's a random versus random matchup, guys. We didn't draw a Zerg in all 6 possibilities. There it is. Proxy Pylon. Actually, Freeden is not going with a DT attack this time. It's going to be Blink. So Blink Stalkers is the choice. The weapon of choice for Freeden. Can Seth defend? Now he has a shield battery. He seems kind of ready. You know, 1 gateway advantage. Oh, Seth's gonna find... Is he? He missed it. He missed it. He missed the pylon. If he sees that, he would have gone back and realize he's the one that's being attacked. You know, if you're out there on the map against Blink Stalkers, you're kind of screwed because they'll clean you up. You can't run away from them. And Blink is about to finish. Seth is in big trouble. 4 gateways versus 3 gateways. He's gonna try to recall. Oh, that's the best that Seth could hope for. That is pretty much the best that he could hope for. Losing only 1. Now he has to hold on for dear life. I mean, honestly, there you go. He adds more shield batteries. He needs to stop making workers. And he just needs to make sure he survives this huge Stalker Blink all in. He has no immortal. He has no immortal. He needs that immortal. He's chronoing it now. There it is. And there's the Warpins. That's a lot of Stalkers, guys. The army is huge. He only has 1 shield battery. But he does have the, you know, the battery overcharge, right? Can he hold this? Because he has to. This is win or lose. And Freeden has to break him. He has to break him. No ifs and buts about it. He has to break him. Very good control here. He kills 1. Oh, and here's the hero immortal. On the high ground. No vision for... No vision for Freeden here. He has another shield battery in there. This is looking really good. Looks like Freeden likes to do this long distance mining before he commits to expanding. You know, the problem is he can't see this immortal that's shelling at him from the top. Another one is about to pop up. I think Seth is gonna hold, guys. He smartly adds another shield battery, but Seth doesn't have actually any more gateways outside of this last one. That's his last gateway. Okay, so you know that's not bad because he does have 3 immortals now coming out. Still no vision on the high ground for Freeden. Yeah, so you know, it's a little tough. Very, very tough for him. Oh man, this is something else, isn't it? So he's trying to hold on, clearing the rocks. The rocks isn't really the issue here. Okay, he backs off. But the longer this goes on, the richer Seth is. And he adds even more infrastructure. I think he's held, guys. He's not gonna break. 3 immortals, 3 shield batteries. 4th immortal coming out. Yeah, I think this is it. You know, Freeden needs to go back if he wants to win this game. He really just needs to control the map. He's trying to take what he can get. He does have blink. So, yeah, so he just blinks back. You're not gonna do enough. That's freaking 4 immortals, dude. You have guts to go back where you came from, bro. Freeden has no intention of stopping. Oh, man. Freeden, not looking good. He gets, you know, the range for the immortal is the same. Oh, those force fields didn't do anything. Every exchange here is not good for Freeden, right? It's only a matter of time till he you know, Seth goes in and says, "All right, I've had enough of you." Oh man, this is really not looking good. You've got to run. You have got to run. That is a monster force of 6 immortals versus what? 8 stalkers? Seth has 10 stalkers. It's a huge lead. You know, he doesn't even have a shield battery at home. Seth is already ready, and here is the finishing blow. I mean, that is a, if that's a ground army, I'll stand behind that army any day. Wow. Look at that. That is a stalker killing army. And I think he's gonna tap out soon. That's it, guys. Alright, guys. Let us talk to these gentlemen.
What?
Yeah. Let us talk to Mr. Freeden. How you doing, Fred?
Real good, dude. That was a good match. And finally, not PVT, so that worked.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you had to play Protoss 3 times in a row.
Yeah, which usually I like, but yeah, it didn't work.
So let me ask you. Let's talk about these games, right? Game 1, you scouted him. You went into his base. You probably thought it looked normal, right?
Yeah, it looked pretty normal, but then I didn't see a Reaper, so that was a little weird. But then,
yeah, exactly.
I definitely did not see him coming that early. Yep. Obviously.
So, yeah, you got caught off guard. So that's pretty simple. Game 1. I mean, you were about 30 seconds away from warping in your own DTs at his base, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, once I saw that he was outside the base, so I had that probe in his base the whole time, which I think Joseph didn't notice. Yeah, so I thought I might be able to scare him into like coming back. So I started pulling pylons all over the place and started attacking his SCVs, but
it
wasn't going for it. So I was like,
yeah, you needed that Dark Templar out there. Then he might, think
I
of
thought
something.
I turned going back, but he didn't. So I was like, well, that's all I had. And then he did my warp. So
yeah, so that makes sense for game 1. I have another question. All 3 games you were Protoss. You're a random player. You spawned as Protoss. You like to build your structures down low. Why is that?
Yeah. So part of it is most Protoss will do something like that. I think, like to try to like hold their early expansion. So I build that way so it looks like that, but I pretty rarely get an early expansion like that. I think.
Yeah, notice you don't actually expand till very late.
So, yeah, at least with Protoss. So it kind of depends on how the game is playing. If I feel like I'm getting a lot out of my pressure.
Yep.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, the game has changed a lot in Legacy, so I'm not used to dealing with like shield batteries, for example. I still play like it's still Wings of Liberty.
The Blink Stalker's a good build on the 3rd game. However, there was a point there when you started seeing so many immortals. How come you didn't forget it?
Yeah. So part of it was I was balancing between I needed to keep the pressure up, or else I knew he'd eventually run over me. But I didn't have the economy to back up like a switch to a lot of zealots, for example. So I needed 4 gates. I didn't have the expansion. I'd already committed to it. So I just wanted to like pressure him enough that he wouldn't think he'd run by.
Right.
Then I saw his own zealots like sitting on the side, and they had charge, and so he was way ahead of me. So my best bet was kind of just. I don't think I successfully scared him at all until turtling in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what.
All right, so let's end this with a positive note. You won game 2, right? Your DTs got in. You split them up. They actually did a lot more damage than the first time they got in. But the second, the DT at the top killed so many, right? It was insane, and that got you the big lead because you didn't expand actually. So tell me, that was your actual plan, right? From game 2, like, all right, I'm gonna DT him.
Yeah, so almost always in PvT. So this is something I'm learning a lot from doing these tournament matches. With tournament matches, you kind of get to know your opponent and you kind of learn their favorites and like their style of play and adapting your play to that. So I actually blame myself for not doing more of these kind of matches where you have the opportunity to learn your opponents. Because in
Yeah.
ladder, right, you're playing random dudes all the time that you don't care who they are, you
Just
don't care
keep
about
doing the
choosing
same
your
thing. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so you just like do the fastest, quickest thing, knock them out, and then statistically let things even out, and then I like advance that way. So
Yep.
a lot of times with PvT, DTs is like one of my favorite things, just because you can do a ton of damage, and then it transitions nicely like Archon Zealots, Archon Stalkers, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah, no,
yeah,
that makes sense. And
but
you know, kudos
I
to you
guess you
guys
learn a
for
lot
playing
from stuff.
random, right? Random, you got to learn so much. So,
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
game, Fred. It was very entertaining, that's for sure.
Okay, cool.
All
I always
right.
love watching.
Yeah,
I love watching the videos
yeah,
afterwards. Also, and like I learn a lot from you guys' commentary. So looking
yeah.
forward to that.
Exactly. You're gonna enjoy the VOD. So let's,
All right.
I'm not sure if you're in the playoffs yet or not. If you made it or not, we'll have to review. There's a few more
Season
games.
3, I'm ready for that, man.
I think it's exactly. It's gonna be cool. But appreciate the interview. Let's talk with the winner, Seth. Seth, tell us about game one. Right, he knew like there was a little mishap there on our broadcast. He heard what race you were, but luckily, my judgment was it wouldn't matter because he did scout early and there was nothing that changed anything. So I said, yeah, let's play on. It's fine. And so obviously you won that game anyway. Was that your initial plan when you heard that? It's like, oh, he knows what I am. Did you just like, okay?
Well, no, it doesn't matter because I knew he was gonna scout, and the only thing that changed was the second SCV that was gonna make the proxy barracks was headed to his main first to just check out the race.
Mhm.
But once we paused, he was almost there, but then I deviated him already. So I don't need to scout. I know what he is
yeah,
to,
exactly.
to make that barrack. So I think if anything, that's the only thing that affected it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the barracks would have been what 5 seconds late.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah, and so that was kind of funny, but you did draw PVT twice in a row, and then the last game was PvP.
So the second game, I knew I was so late on my engineering day,
Mm-hmm.
and I was already beating myself. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I did that late. And then once that happened, that's your classic case of being discombobulated, right?
Yeah,
I
the
was
Dark
like, I have no
Templars will
idea.
just screw you up.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
did you spend your scans too, or did you like, oh, I better not use my scans when you knew you were late?
I did. I saved a few, and then I made some turrets. And then, all right, I made my turret on the main. I was like, all right, I'll be good. But then it didn't finish because the DT killed it, and it was just went.
Yeah, yeah.
It snowballed,
We've all
right?
been there. We've all been
Yeah.
there. When we get swiped by that Dark Templar, things just go
Yes.
really bad.
Yeah, stinking game.
So one last question on that second game. I saw that you were. It looked like you were trying to swap out the starport to make a Raven with the tank thing, but then you
Yeah.
decided not to because you were being pressured. I guess you needed a tank instead. Or
Well,
what
I
was going on?
realized I didn't take my gas on my natural, and so I couldn't go up to the main safely to get my gas. So I had to make my gas. I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't have enough gas. Let me just swap it now because I'm gonna transition to my.
I see. That makes sense.
But even then, I was
Yeah.
already in disarray. So
Yeah, he actually just went all in there and just kind of like.
I thought I was gonna lose game 3 because I lost all my gateways and my cyber.
Oh, actually, a key component in that game was when you were out on the map and he had a lot more stalkers than you and he had blink. I said, oh, he is in big trouble. He can't lose that because then once he goes to your base, you're dead.
Yeah.
But luckily, he was only able to kill one stalker.
Yeah, I tried to
right
run to the
before.
corner. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he
No,
just.
'cause I saw it. He was still in the move command, and so when I saw it, I moved as far away as possible. I'm like, all right, I need to recall. And then by the time he controlled it, he focused on one.
Yeah, and that was the big deal.
But
Exactly.
even so once I saw that, I'm like, all right, I need more shield batteries. But my gateways are in the front, and he destroyed all of them. I couldn't warp anything in, so I was going off one immortal at a time, and I was just chronoing the heck out.
Yeah, he didn't have vision on the high ground on the immortal, so that's really made a big
Yeah.
difference too. But anyway, guys, really entertaining games. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys on your next
man.
match.
Wait,
Hey, good game, dude. Let's do teams later.
Yeah, we're gonna do teams. So we're gonna end the stream in a few, guys. We're just gonna take a quick peek at the results tonight, and that is Miguel falls to DB02. The Archaic, I think that was a big upset over Sloza 2-0 with some nice timed all-ins. And of course, the very close match between the random players, Freeden and Seth. This is Freedom. I'm signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later.